And welcome back, folks. We are here for game number 2 of our 4-pack today of Super Bowls. Just saw Tioga Red win in the flag football division. That is 4 to 6-year-olds. Again, we'll bring you all 4 games, and they'll be stored forever and ever, amen, on our YouTube page. We're glad that you're joining us there. We'll have some of the players in tonight's contest or this afternoon's for you here as we reach the noon hour. Don't forget, a lot going on in town today. Make your way out. If you're coming to the game or leaving here from it, go and have a good day. And once again, welcome out, everyone. Doug Gann, 446 Sports, alongside of Billy French. Chuck Perkins is somewhere around there. There he is. I saw him, Billy. Spirited game that we saw in the first one. Give us a little bit of that before we jump into the Midgets division.
Yeah, that flag football, that 4 to 6 age group here was fantastic. Tioga does defeat Pineville, and it was led by Daston, and that young man had 4 touchdowns. And when I tell you, you get a just an inch of separation, and that young man was gone. Their first carry of the ball game, 40-yard touchdown rush, had over 150 yards rushing on the day. 4 touchdowns for the Tioga team that wins that Super Bowl. For the Pineville side, Maddox, Van Asselberg, young man had 2 touchdown rushes, did a great job on the defensive side as well, kept Pineville close throughout the end of until Tioga was able to pull away at the end of that ball game. But lot of spirit right there, a lot of talent on that on both the Tioga and Pineville team. But you could tell that young man, Mr. Daston, and again, that was one of the coach's kids.
Here comes out of the banner real quick, that Pineville team. We saw him come out of the banner. And look at they stop and pick it up, too. That's just leaving it better. Pitch in, Pineville. That's what we're telling you. That's the slogan out there in Pineville, is that litter abatement is a big thing that we work on in the city. And so it's great to see those folks that are playing in there. That'll all be recycled, and then they'll work on that later. But no, it's another Pineville Tioga matchup here, and we're looking at some of the players throughout. We'll have those for you as we go along.
Yeah, going to have some familiar names, especially on that Tioga side. The main one you're going to see on this Pineville side, that's going to be Kyron Lair, number 21. He's going to be the stud bell cow for that Pineville team. But on the Tioga side, you're going to hear some familiar last names. Mooter and Book, of course, 2 coaches here at Tioga High School who I've got to become real good friends with all season long here. You see them out in the stands. So there are coaches at Tioga High School that are getting to sit in the stands and be parents for this afternoon and just get to watch their kids play.
So that means they won't scream at the officials. They won't any of that. It's just going to be calm and watching and not critiquing or any of that. Is that what you're telling me?
I am not saying that at all.
That's absolutely not.
I know both of those men, and there's going to be some yelling and screaming. I can promise you that.
Great to visit with Coach Mooter just a few moments ago.
He's
actually go to church with John and his family, and so great to see them. And said just with film study, hadn't been able to make it. It was great to come back. And there's those Indians making their way. I guess they're Tioga. What? I don't know. Are they? They got to be Indians. Yeah, everybody out here is Indians. Yeah.
I like how it was tore perfectly, and think like they could tape that right back together and use that a little bit later on if they need to.
Hashtag Bolton.
Shots fired, baby. Shots fired.
If you can't throw zingers up here at Red River Youth Football League, what's the use of doing a game?
That's right. That is right.
Again, a tremendous day of football underway. We just saw 25% of the trophies make their way out of here. Tioga sporting their black pants, red shirts with the white block letters, white helmet adorned with that big block T for Tioga. Pineville all in black. Doesn't look like they have any insignia on their helmets at all in this one. Billy, just you see the captains make their way out there. A little bit different than game 1. Game 1 was 2 20-minute quarters, or 2 20-minute halves that they played. Running clock. This is more football related, as you will see. 4 8-minute quarters. The clock will stop accordingly as it does throughout. But I want to say that there's more tackling going on, but there was some hitting going on in the flag football. See the captains for Tioga make their way out there. It's Kyron Rogers. It is number 7, Owen O'Brien, and John Bordelon out there. Don't have the numbers on the backside for Pineville.
But they are pumped up. You could see it over there on the far side. Pineville boy, the team is ready to go here as the captains get ready for the coin flip. It's going to be a fun, good packed house here tonight, getting more and more people into the ballgame. Don't forget, if you're here, go ahead and your son or makes a grandson, whatever, makes a great play, you can always go back and watch this footage here on 446 Sports YouTube or Facebook.
Or even if they play some bottle flip on the sideline like they did at the end of the flag football game, go out and watch that because they got a little bit there as well. Now, when we played the flag football, we played from 40 yards in. We'll stand and we'll listen to our national anthem. So stand with us as we honor America. And there you have it. Great work here.
Beautiful job, Chuck Perkins, right there, singing the national anthem. A phenomenal job, sir. Thank you so much.
Well, very first year I did PA and all of that, and that was many years ago. Wanted a version of it and got the Whitney Houston version of it. Used it one time because it went about 6 minutes.
Yeah, not doing that again.
You cannot have that.
Man, I'm excited about this afternoon here. This is going to be a fun. We get to see some hard-hitting 7- and 8-year-olds. It's going to be fun, man.
Football a little bit in this one too is what we see. So
I am super, super excited again. This Tioga-Pineville matchup here. These two teams have beat each other at least once this year. Pineville lost 2 games. Tioga only lost this year was the last time they played this Pineville team, and it was really one-sided for Pineville with the win.
4 receivers stacked to the near side for Pineville in this one. Goodness gracious, you don't see that a lot.
Yeah.
The 1 receiver, so 3 in the backfield. 1 is right on the line of scrimmage that solidifies that, and they'll hustle in a player late. He'll drop into that tight end spot. Left tackle, if you will, on here, depending on what you look at it.
And you don't see any Tioga defenders other than the safety stepping up and coming to help here on that side. So we're going to see what happens.
Saw the sweep out of Pineville a lot earlier in their first game. I know a lot of things are done differently, but they're going to go opposite side. That is Laird. They're trying to spread them out, and that is a good play. That is the aforementioned number 21, and where did he go on the other side? Yeah, Kyron Laird. And
you're going to hear his name quite a bit from what everybody we talked about. He is one of the best players in this league here. Very, very quick. Little misdirection right there.
Well, kind of contrary to what you normally would see. You'd think because there's limited support on this near side, you just break him out this side and let him follow those blockers. But they're stacked to that far side, kind of a base defense for the Tioga team. Lair back receives the snap. Snap throw over to the near side, in and out of the hands of number 10, the intended receiver. That was Rome Price, unable to handle that one, but a good snap throw over there.
And again, the Pineville, offense keeping with that same formation, those 2 plays. You could tell that they do throw the ball a good bit, when they need to, but they're going to run the ball majority of this ball game here with number 21.
Now they come back into what's more of a traditional two-back set with the quarterback still Lair, still in the shotgun. Got to believe the young man that's still the receiver to the near side might not be getting the football in there as he wasn't involved in that part of the huddle.
Yeah, you don't know what the play is.
No. Handoff is back. Lair gets it now. Lair trying to get to the outside. It does. 30 now, 35, 40 goes. Larry's off to the races. They're not going to get him. 40, now 30. He's turning and looking back. Oh, they called him stepping out of bounds at the 47-yard line.
I don't know if he stepped out of bounds. I really don't. I don't think he did, Doug. I mean, he had so much separation. That's a lot of speed by that young man.
Look, you saw him receive the snap the first couple of times. They put him at running back the second time, hand the ball off to him as it was Price that played the quarterback.
My goodness.
With the speed that we talked about, we saw, and I got to believe it, a little bit like Daston. You get him, out on the edge, and he's got an opportunity to go.
Well, yeah, again, they told us pregame, we try to get as much information as we could on a lot of these teams that he is one of the studs of this entire league here. And to be in the Super Bowl, you got to have one, and he seems to be that bell cow for Pineville.
First down and 10 for Pineville, now coming to the near side. Makes a man miss. Tried to get to the corner again to the 50, now 40. Spun around, 30. Going to step out of bounds one more time at the 33-yard line. And that was number 50 carrying the ball. That was William Duncan. If you can't get somebody up at half 100 running the football, what's the use?
He likes the number 50.
Sure.
That's how old his dad is probably. He just wants to make sure
I know he's
love.
7 years old. Might be Pawpaw. 7 minutes. We'll keep the clock for you up here. So disregard the one on our Wallace Eye Associates. You'll be updated with the score. Lair in at quarterback now, and they run that four-man stack that does send Duncan and Price out to the near side with a couple others, and we'll get those names for you also.
Love the fact that the coaches for Tioga are still on the field. I mean, it looks like they're playing free safety right here.
Back to passes. Larry's going over the top. Got a man in and out of the hands. Intended for William Duncan. And, oh, baby, that one was close.
Full extension right there by the young man trying to get something down here. And I like to see it. Had nobody covering him at all. He was wide open into the end zone. Just a bit overthrown right there.
Lair and this Pineville team trying to take the lid off of that Tioga defense, going over the top. Had 5, 6, 7 yards of distance, and a good throw by Lair, just overthrew the receiver a little bit.
Beautiful afternoon of football right here.
It's still 11 o'clock. We're morning time. Hang in there with me. 6:54 here remaining in the first, just a little over a minute gone by in a scoreless contest here. This is for the Super Bowl championship of the 7 and 8 years old. Lair back to pass. Snap throws this one. Going to be incomplete, but I don't know that he would have had anywhere to go as number 7, Owen O'Brien, one of the captains for this Tioga team, was out there right on him.
Yeah, that's going to be the quarterback for your Tioga side here, but that's going to bring up 3rd and 10 here now, and kind of a stall right now for this Pineville offense that was moving, had some big play capabilities, just cannot seem to make it.
Got to think you'll go back to that position where you make a traditional formation and maybe hand the ball off to Lair and let him go, and it looks like they're moving that back in. 22 and 21 on the play clock, and now they sprint Duncan out to the far side, maybe out there to block that cornerback that is split off the ball, and it's a direct snap to Lair. Lair trying to get to the corner, goes by that cornerback and going to be driven down again by number 1, Kyron Rogers.
Yeah, big tackle right there, saving that touchdown. And again, it seems like Pineville early on tried to get a little cute, as you say, on the offensive side, when all you really got to do is just run 21 and to that outside and sweep it around, and he's going to get a chunk of yards. So
Tioga and Pineville battle 3 times today. Tioga has the 1-0 advantage based on the first one. Pineville looking good on this initial opening drive. 1:19 gone here in the first.
Pineville looking to take the early lead right here. 6 minutes, 41 seconds left here in this opening quarter.
Down inside the 25 to the 24 is where Pineville will scrimmage from. Snap is back to Lair. It's a slow, and he fakes the throw. He's going to tuck that in, heads back to the middle now, spun around, and is going to be dropped at the 16-yard line.
Looked like it was a possible audible where he was going to chunk it, and he's like, I'm just going to tuck it. But I'm telling you, that looked like a pass play initially here, but he went ahead and tucked it and ran it in around to the left side.
You want to develop these kids and throw the football, and this does spread it out some. But when you've got a weapon that we've seen in Lair so far, and he's getting good help, that offensive line is giving him a little bit of time to get out in space.
Yeah, this Tioga defense really, it seems like so far, a couple of plays had no answer for Lair. If it wouldn't be stepping out of bounds, there'd already be points on the board.
2nd down and 3, 5:53 to go here in the first. In that little wing T type offense, but that just clears it out for Lair. He steps through a couple of blockers, bangs around, and keeps going inside the 5 into the end zone. Touchdown, Kyron Lair. Touchdown, Pineville.
What a great job right there of turning them legs, breaking tackles, staying on his feet, staying balanced, and knocking it into the end zone right there for Mr. Lair.
And again, I believe the point after the same as the flag football. No, they just have the one or two is all that they have.
Yep, we're going to go ahead and looks like it's going to be the.
So it'd be from the 5-yard line. It's a 2-point conversion. Is that what we see? So it'll be the same setup. You just don't have the Steph Curry in this division.
No 3-pointers, but you can see again, man. You could tell that the Pineville runs the offense runs through Lair this entire deal. I'm telling you, you could see. I do love the fact that they are mixing it in with some of the pass here. They've had plays beat on the with some separation for the wide receiver. So Lair looks to be the guy that's going to be taking over here. And there it goes. They're going to hand it off to him, and untouched.
Yeah, but false start is going to be whistled against Pineville. Let's go before we get a call about me putting that on the wrong side. Chuck doing our scoreboard today, so we'll send it to Chuck at 446sports.com. 5.5 to go here, first quarter. Pineville strikes first in this one. Still heard a lot about that Tioga offense. These two teams have battled a couple of times this season.
Yeah, 1-1 each. Both have defeated each other. The last time they played, though, the Pineville team won, I believe it was 41-14. So Tioga trying to get some redemption back on that last big W.
Handoff to Lair this time. Stiff arm, and he's getting to the corner again. Brought down big time by that Tioga defense. 23 was in on that with him, and that 23 is Caden Page.
Yeah, Page is a huge hit right there, keeping him from the 2-point conversion, and that was more of a gang tackle right there at the the end zone.
Looked like Christian Mooter in on that one as well, number 11. And so we will flip things back over, 6-0. Play will start from the 30-yard line, and we will go right to left as you're looking again. Thanks to the Red River Youth Football League folks for having us out here today. We're excited about that. And those of you that are new to the page, we invite you to, if you're watching along on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything to do, but it lets you know anytime that we go live. You see our Wallace I Associates scoreboard up in the top corner shows you it is Pineville 6-0. If you want to keep up with some of the scores from last night, you can see that on our Saddler's Towing scrolling scoreboard down at the bottom. Took me all season to learn how to say that, Billy.
Yeah, look, brother, I struggled all year as well. Every time I did it wrong, Chuck made sure he corrected me.
Indeed, he does. First down and 10. A little bit of a jet sweep. Yeah, that's O'Brien around the corner, isn't it? Or no, that's Kyron Rogers that gets it.
Yeah, a little misdirect right there on the fake handoff, and then Rogers is going to take it around to the right side. And you can just see the composure by 7 out there. Owen O'Brien, the quarterback for Tioga, he just seems really comfortable, and that's exactly what you want your quarterback to be able to do. And granted, these are 7- and 8-year-old young men.
A lot of good size on him.
I'm telling you, he is a big, big boy.
Yeah, and we'll see what he's able to do. That was just a well-executed, holding that fake down. Peyton Manning used to hold that fake down, and Drew Brees as good as anybody, right there on his hip.
And got to be comfortable and got to sell it, absolutely, and not knowing if someone's really coming right at your head.
O'Brien hands off now to the far side. That is Dalen Lewis that gets the carry, and Dalen Lewis bangs through for a Tioga first down out to the 41-yard line.
Carrying about 3 defenders on his back as he just kept churning them legs. He was stopped short but kept going, and that's going to be enough for a Tioga first down.
It looked like Caden Page actually with the carry on there.
Yeah, that's number 23, yep.
Well, look, you get back and you see in that huddle the 3 running backs that are back there with O'Brien, and he's easily 6-7 inches taller than those guys are.
Yeah, and you'd love for your quarterback to be that tall to be able to see over the offensive line. And from what I hear, he can throw the ball as well. And there it is.
Good
There's
play
that
action,
misdirection.
sets the shoulders up, throws that one down the middle, and it is complete down the seam. Ball comes out, and Pineville's going to have that. It was complete to Easton Lonadier. But I'm telling you, so regardless of the play that went on there, O'Brien threw that, runs the play action. He fakes that in there with the hand, turns, squares his shoulders, and looks downfield, and that's technique. Normally you see these guys just run around out there, but he squares his feet, gets his shoulders downfield, and throws a rope.
Well, let me remind everybody at home that this is 7- and 8-year-olds.
Right.
I mean, that was beautiful cover. Now, great job by Lonadier catching the ball, but a fantastic job of punching it out right there by the Pineville defense, forcing the turnover. And now all that momentum Tioga had going down the field has flip-flopped over to Pineville here with the early 6-0 lead.
Pineville starts this one. They'll scrimmage just 1 yard inside of minus territory. They sit at the 49-yard line inside that red painted T logo just outside the white outside of it. Handoff comes to the near side. That's Lair again trying to find the corner and does. He's at the 50. Now pushed out of bounds. Found the edge, but not before he gets into Tioga territory down to the 35.
Yeah, that was Rogers, Page, and O'Brien on the tackle right there, and it takes 3 of them to carry this Lair guy here. I'm telling you, he's a special little player. I love watching these young guys play like this because then when you see them succeed at the high school level and in college level, you know that it's been a slow process bringing them up each and every year.
Yeah, this is such a great organization that gets these kids out there and playing. And that ultimately, teaching football, teaching skills, all of that is wonderful, but they're giving these kids something to do.
Yes.
And that is what is most important out of it. And that's why we're glad that we're able to be a part of it. First down and 10 for Pineville from the Tioga 35. Ball is on the ground, but the whistle is blown prior to that little misdirection. And that saw Duncan back there at quarterback that time.
Yeah, that time they tried something a little different, and luckily it was a false start because had not been, Tioga would have recovered that fumble.
Might have had a little scoop and score out of the deal.
Well, that would have been fun to see these young guys run that far in a ball game. You know, just
I get tired watching them run that far.
And of course, right now, Coach Travis Racine playing free safety for your Tioga team here, and it looks like Coach O'Brien's ready to get in the tackle as well.
First down and 15 following the penalty. Duncan hands off to the far side. Good work.
Yeah, that's
running
10.
through there. That is number 10. We saw him a little bit earlier. Rome Price.
Good job right there by the Pineville, and it's still get back to the original line of scrimmage. So that's going to be 2nd down and 10 now after the false start moved them back 5 yards.
3:41 and counting here in the first. Pineville holds a 6-0 lead. They are the visiting team on the scoreboard here tonight. 23 seconds on the play clock, so plenty of time as they'll get that play in there. And they say, all right, snap it and hand it to Lair.
That's pretty much a pretty safe game plan to have every time.
So he's got Duncan split out far to the left. We have seen Lair throw the ball to Duncan down the field, giving good cushion. Is the quarterback on the far side. Lair looked at him again. Here comes pressure, though. Will hold on to it and just puts his head down to deliver a shot, run out of bounds at the 29-yard line.
A good 2nd down carry right there for Lair to give him manageable 3rd and short to try to keep this drive going for this Pineville team.
They will scrimmage off to the far side where the reservation is written in script in that turf that will be retired this year.
Yes.
We'll have a brand new one.
Nice, softer, nice, beautiful field. And
well, it's
Cook
changed so much.
Yeah, Cook said he wants a lot more red in this next turf that we're going to have.
Oh, my.
Yes, sir. Not the full red, not the old
not some Boise State stuff.
Not the Boise State stuff, but a lot more red than what we're feeling.
Look, there was a rumor circulating around when they laid the end zone for Ash that it was going to be an all-purple field. I don't know how that started. To the near side is Larry. He's got it. Oh, he tries to make a man miss. Now going down at the 20-yard line.
Was stopped in the backfield here and just kept churning and that plan. But it seems like every time he carries, though, that first 4 steps, it's almost looked like he's looking to pass down the field because the ball comes up a little bit every time he does that. So watch for that later on. It might be some type of pass.
Look, I know they're 7- and 8-year-olds, but you're trying to convince me that he's looking off the safeties while he says what's going on. I
believe it.
I can't buy that at 8 years old.
You blame the chicken and all the chicken nuggets over at McDonald's, man. They're grown men out here at 7- and 8-year-olds.
21-yard line, first down and 10 for Pineville. 2:47 remaining here in the first. They hold an early 6-0 lead. Got that fumble recovery just a bit earlier that's led to this drive. Snap is back. Lear's got it rolling to the far side. This time the protection Brock's down, but he doesn't care. He's just going to bang around. Picks up 5 with a penalty flag on the far side prior to the play. Looks like you may have an illegal shift, perhaps.
Let's see what the call is. The White Hat's getting it from the side judge over on that far side. Normally when they throw it from where that area comes down, it looks like it's going to be on the offense. And it looks like that's exactly what it is.
And they will back Pineville up.
Holding.
Yeah. So we called the game from the visitor side last night where we were at. And I was wondering all the time the official would go over and talk to the other coach to tell him to signal first. And Nick reminded me, no, it's to the home crowd. We're just on the other side. I was like, oops.
I did the same thing. Like, why are they not turning around looking at us so we can see? I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot.
That's what happens when you're in your first year broadcasting like I am. Back to pass, going over the top.
Look at the cornerback secondary safety help right there on the outside.
Malcolm Johnson back there playing that like he was in the huddle.
Saw it the whole way, got into position to make sure that he was the only one that was going to be able to catch that ball. Good job right there, Tioga defense, and good stop right there on now 2nd down.
Long way to go, and I like the idea of throwing the ball down the field. Kind of floated that one up. His first pass had a little bit more of a line on it.
Here, that formation again here, the quad's right.
Yeah, you bring Duncan out and a couple others. It opens things up for Lair. He went to the other side earlier this time. That was
intercepted by O'Brien. What a play right there. Read it the entire time. Sorry, didn't mean to overdo you, buddy. But I saw it when it jumped the route.
He jumped in there, and that was set up by good pressure in the middle on the blitz by Kobe Andrus, who came in there and just put pressure. But to step inside of that, and Ash got penalized for that very same play last night that almost cost him a touchdown.
You said Andrus on that. That does sound familiar. That is Caleb Andrus for your Tioga Indians. His younger brother's out here. Heck of a play. He had a big night last night as well. Made a bunch of tackles for your Tioga Indians. Looked like little brother can play the game too.
Caleb is fine of a young man, as you'll find.
Yes.
Just a great young player. And again, you've heard it said, if you look out at a crowd and say, who am I going to start this team with, you're going to pick Caleb Andrus.
He just looks. He has the whole look,
the
power and everything.
2 turnovers, 1 apiece in this one, the fumble on the prior drive, and now that turnover as O'Brien steps in and gets that one. We see him under center. Now, offsides they're calling. Looked like a little neutral zone infraction.
Number 99.
That'll give a free 5 to Tioga. 99 for Pineville is John Holmes.
Yeah, it looked like he didn't even know he was lined up in that neutral zone, but 5-yard penalty. Tioga will take it here and try to get some momentum after the big turnover.
2:09 remaining, first quarter play, 1st and 5 from the 41-yard line, or from the 40, may have marked out. Yeah, from the 41 is where they scrimmage. The yard marker to the far side just a little bit off. Ball is on the ground, flipped around, but going to be fallen on by the Tioga running back, and that'll give up all of the penalty yardage that was there. That was looked to be number 1 that fell on that, and Kyron Rogers, who was able to get that and pick it up and save another possession and avoid the second Tioga turnover. Turnover apiece, low scoring in this one, 6-0.
Yeah, that was a center quarterback exchange right there, blunder there. That never got fully into O'Brien's hands and lucky for Tioga to even stay on top of that ball.
Second down now and 10 all the way back to the 36-yard line. Doug Ganlung's out of Billy French. Chuck Perkins on camera for us today. That good play fake by O'Brien, and now he's sprinting out to the side, but here comes the tackling, and that's, again, 50 is there. That's William Duncan also in there. See if he'll turn around. That is number 40 that's there also, and I don't see him on the roster here.
Yep, they did not give number 40 on the.
But tremendous play. Now, they stack kind of the corner, and just a four-man front for this Pineville defense trying to hang in there. They're dropping back, expecting O'Brien to throw the football here. And he's so dangerous, Billy, because he's able to throw it. He can draw the coverage and then tuck it in and run. We saw him run a couple of times so far today.
Yeah, well, he's 7'6" here at the age of 7. But
here comes a delayed blitz. That's going to be a direct snap back to Rogers. Rogers trying to get to the corner and does not. He's going to be stopped just shy of the first down, but that blocking, take us through that, Billy.
Yeah, beautiful job right there. Direct snap to the running back here. O'Brien becomes a blocker instead of the quarterback to the right side and just absolutely mauls the defender over and allowing his running back to pick up another 4 yards right there and just short of the first down here. So I think it's 4th and 2.
4th down and 2.
3 seconds.
Yeah, Pineville trying to get off of the field here and get their offensive unit back on. This should be the final play of the first quarter. It is 6-0. You see that courtesy of Wallace Eye Associates. The coaches from that Pineville side employing their kids to stay strong here on defense. And I think you got to do something with, that nobody's looking for the ball. Snap is bobbled around. Coaches are in the way.
Yeah. Coach Racine with a heck
of a... trying to get to the near side. Good block by Coach Racine. Yeah. And they're going to mark him just shy. So all of that, and it's a turnover on downs. And a little bit of,
Yeah, a whole lot of that's got to be frustrating there because I think that play would have worked had you not had to run an additional 8 yards.
You had both guys going off. We'll get back to that in just a minute. Going to take our break between quarters, and we'll do that after this from our title sponsor, Valex Federal Credit Union.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks right from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing. Download our mobile app today.
Back to live action we go here, starting the second quarter of play. The Bulldogs here in this one, up 6-0. Big 4th down stop here, and they will get back to work from plus territory. Handoff goes to Lair. Lair trying to make some folks miss, and good job tackling by that Tioga defense. We'll see who all is in on that one. We saw 17, 6, and 1, Billy. Hang on, let me get you back. Boy, you never sounded so good.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Henry going to kind of help out right there at the very end here. Tried to knock the ball away there, but a good job of the gang tackling right there by Tioga, only allowing Lair to pick up about 4 yards.
We move into the second quarter here. Disregard the clock that's on there, but the score is correct, and we'll like the old radio days. We'll keep you down in distance and clock. 7:22 remaining until halftime. 2nd down and 7 following the 3-yard gain from Lair. Duncan in there at quarterback. He gets under center. They like to hand the ball off from this formation.
That could have been a delay of game. Yep.
It
delay
is.
Of game.
So is that a horn that sounds on the play clock that I heard?
Up here. They hear it only here. They don't hear it down in the field. But, yeah, it's our play clock up here at the reservation.
I was like, isn't that something? 5-yard loss negates the 3-yard carry and make it 2nd down and 12. And Pineville behind the sticks here. You've got to create something out of this. If you're that Tioga defense, you've got to get it back. That turnover on downs kind of counts as a turnover, so that would be their second one. But defensively, they've been solid just giving up the one touchdown. 6:47 to go. Lair gets the direct snap, a little Barry Sanders-esque jump cut, and he's coming all the way back, going to make his way up the middle and pick up the yardage and enough for the first, so 13-yard carry.
I've noticed that a lot of the play calls for this Pineville team are going to be the opposite side of O'Brien, where he's at in the secondary. He's playing more of that free safety linebacker kind of back and forth each time, and every time that the play is called, it's going to be on the direction where he's not at, and he ends up making the tackle, but he's making the tackle having to run about 15, 20 yards to get there, and very smart decision right there by the Pineville. Stay away from Tioga's best player.
So with that in mind, you got to expect this is going to be a run to the left.
And he's going to cut back. Whistle.
False start that was there. I think everybody moved except the center that time.
So that's going to bring them back 5 more yards. So it's going to be 1st and 15 here. Ball now will be spotted at the 40-yard line. And 1 step forward, 2 steps back right now by this Pineville offense, leading 6-0 here with 6 minutes and 12 seconds left in the first half.
You've seen them take a couple of shots down the field. We'll see if they still have something dialed up for here. 1st down and 15. And you're right, Billy, it's been 1 up, 2 back, 2 up, 3 back. And it's just here we are behind the sticks again for the Bulldogs of Pineville.
Beautiful afternoon of football. Nice little breeze going out there. It's good football weather right here at the reservation.
Duncan under center calls for it, and he's going to keep it himself to the far side. Nobody was looking at him, and Duncan's going to get 12 of it back. It'll be 2nd down in just a couple, but they crashed so hard on Lair.
Yeah, and you got to protect against the speed of Lair, and Duncan he's like the X factor, really, because they're going to double team and triple team Lair as often as they can. If Duncan can keep doing what he's doing as far as getting some separation and making some people miss, he's going to have a good afternoon as well.
Indeed, he is. 2nd down and short. That was just a big play, big run from Duncan. And that's the other thing that Lair does is he draws a lot of attention, Billy. And so you're able to open up some other things.
Yeah, and, of course, the opposing team, they know, Tioga, they know what Lair can do. And so, again, the players know that he's going to be the one running the ball majority of the time. So when you key on one, that leaves somebody else wide open, and that's what's been happening so far.
Or you just give it to Lair like they did this time. Stiff arm puts a man down to the 20, 10 getting to the edge, 5 into the end zone. Touchdown, Kyron Lair. Touchdown, Pineville.
What a beautiful run by that young man. Again, just a good stiff arm on the initial tackle there and just pushing that Tioga defender away. And it was all a foot race from there on, and nobody's catching that young man. So that's right now 12-0. Pineville on top of Tioga here pending the 2-point conversion. Ball is spotted at the 5-yard line. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Pineville would have been having the boom cannon a good bit over there at
looks like they're moving it up where they'll go to the 3 and attempt the 1. 4:46 remaining here in the first in the first half.
See what you did there, buddy.
Right. Just a beautiful afternoon. Clouds have been around most of the day. It was a little more, I guess, dark this morning when it got here. Lair gets that. Lair, another big stiff arm, gets to the quarter, and dude is just
That's a wicked stiff arm right there by that young man. My goodness.
Yeah. The work and the recognition of what to do with the football, Kyron Lair, it's just it's been something to see here.
13-0 here. Pineville on top of Tioga, and it's there's no answer for that kind of a runner right there when you're able to just absolutely put your hand in the chest of the defender and just shove them down, and it's not even close to get to a tackle here. So good job right there by 21.
Tioga's going to have to find some semblance of offense here in this one as they trail by 2 scores nearing halftime. Again, 4 8-minute quarters will rule the day today for these final 3 games that we've got. Appreciate the hospitality of the folks here at Tioga. Got a lot of ASOL championships that will be coming to Tioga, including their next one, which I think is track, that is just around the corner. So very accommodating here out at the reservation.
Yep, and should have that new turf here on there as well, and so you get to experience some brand new turf
We've got
again.
some 7. That's that play they tried to run earlier, and that gets it out to Kyron Rogers. Kyron Rogers knocked out of bounds at the 45, but I think that's what they tried to run on that ball that was fumbled.
Yeah, and that was a heck of a tackle ride. None other than Mr. Lair himself had a good little separation, did Rogers right there, but Lair was able to find an angle and get to the to tackle that young man to save that touchdown. But a great design right there by the Tioga offense. Of course, head coach of this Tioga team is your Tioga Junior High head coach. 3 championships, district championships in a row for Coach Racine here at Tioga.
Got a son, I believe, playing on this one, doesn't he? TJ?
Yep. Yeah, he got one.
Travis Racine Jr., number 65.
Yep, and of course, Coach Racine does a heck of a job here in this Tioga community, getting kids ready together for this Tioga varsity team. Kind of makes everything a little bit easier on the transition. That's Rogers again, huh?
Indeed it is, yeah. Kyron Rogers.
Look at this.
Well, he's still on his feet, and now he's got room to this near side. Don't need to block in the black. Rogers is going to have an opportunity to get around the corner, but I think he's tired. It's going to make a man go back and have Duncan chasing him down. And look at him. He's wore out on the ground. Way to go, young man, Kyron Rogers. He's like, no, I'm not injured. I'm just tired.
He carried the ball statistically only 25 to 30 yards, but he ran about 58 to 60 and just made it. Like, we thought the play was over at the far side of the field. Just turned his button, like he pressed the circle button on the PlayStation remote, came back around and just almost scored.
You saw him pulling that jersey and said, hey, look, I might need a breather, but he just gets some water and gets right back in there.
I love it, man. These guys have so much energy. What a run by that young man.
Incredible, and still trying to get something going and put something into the end zone prior to the end of this first half. Carry a little bit of that momentum into the locker room with you.
And you can see Mama right there on the look. She's standing up all excited there for Rogers, enjoying that for sure. Yeah, this is a little bit different format, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
To the near side, trying it again, banging around tacklers is Rogers, and he's down this time after a 3-yard pickup.
They're playing on Tioga High School's field, which is a lot wider than what they're normally used to. It's only 44 yards wide on their normal field that they've played all year, 80 yards long. So it's a lot more width and a lot more, length on the field here. So it's going to be winding, putting some winded young men out here today.
Yeah, but it's good to see them growing into seeing what's going on in these bigger fields. Oh, that'll come back for a holding and another big run wiped out all the way back to the 40-yard line is where this will go. Repeat first down, but it's going to be first down and 20.
And out, again, that young man's got to be tired here. But O'Brien, handing the ball off to Rogers, it's worked this drive right here for Tioga.
We've not seen O'Brien throw it since that first one. I'd like to see him get something going back again. Got good presence in the pocket. That one snapped over his head. It's got a fall on it and does.
And that shotgun is causing them some problems right now. The snap doesn't look too bad. It just happens to might be a little left or right and going through his hands.
27 yards to go to the line to gain. Second down and 27 here, 2:31 remaining. Almost a Sonic and needing to get down to Dairy Queen for the first down.
Look at Doug remembering
220. Dude, I know the
Tioga
look.
roots.
It's where I grew up. It's great to come back home and sit in the press box and call one up here. Wow, it's just it's great to be back home. I mean, it's a holiday season, so you should.
No, yeah, but you make sure you use restaurants.
Right up the middle goes Rogers. It's hard to get past that hamburger in the concession stand down there. That was pretty good.
I enjoyed that. I appreciate Ashley, of course, taking care of us as always. Of course, she does Ward 10 concessions, so we appreciate him. That's Coach Racine's wife, and always.
Whoever was in charge of the hospitality out at that Tioga tournament we did with the different cakes and pies and such out there with Coach Woodard, that was
her.
Yeah,
that was her.
That
she
was
handles
okay.
that too. Yeah.
Okay, very well done.
Oh, absolutely. So of course, this community here loves their, their everything there is from Pineville to Tioga to everybody in this community. Red River football, man, they do such a great job of getting these young men ready for the next step up in football.
Indeed, they do. Owen O'Brien back in shotgun. We've seen some trouble there. Let a false start go, stepping in. That slant is thrown, but knocked away. That was a good job of putting a hand in there, and knocking it away was Rome Price.
Third time you've called his name today, and he seems to be in the right place at the right time. But that ball was nowhere near the Tioga receiver. That was more of a ball looking like it was going to Price.
Right. If you're looking for a home for local youth sports, we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/446 Sports. And I've got some girls basketball coming up starting on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. The Rapides Parish girls tournaments, the Sinlock Clash. We've got a lot more softball coming up this year.
Yeah.
We certainly believe that our girls need to get some recognition for what it is that we do. Congratulations to Zoe Rowland of this very own Tioga softball that signed to play for Grambling.
The Tigers,
Congratulations, Zoe. We see you rolling.
And that's going to be I don't know if they're going to call that offside. Yep, it's going to be against Pineville. But speaking of that tournament, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, man, you've got Northwood Lena in that tournament, state champ last year. Oak Hill,
state champ.
Tioga's red hot. They just beaten Northwood Lena the other night, the girls.
Wow.
And so Peabody Ash, of course,
Glen Moore is in there.
This is going to be 7 teams in this tournament from Rapides Parish, and it's going to be a heck of a double elimination tournament. And I am super excited to be seeing some really, really good girls basketball Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
And we'll bring it to you live from Oak Hill. First game is at 4 o'clock on each day. 1:30 and counting until intermission.
Oh.
And another false start, so they take the 5 and give the 5 back.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You just kind of get excited, you get amped up here, and it's unfortunate for that Tioga just to give that penalty right back here with a minute 25 seconds left here in the first half.
Tioga at halftime needs to go out there and grab Daston and get him uniform, get a little speed out on the edge with it.
Yeah, I don't know if he's used to pads, but I think he could handle it.
Well, yeah, but you only come into play if he gets tackled, and he has yet to be tackled today. Goodness, 4th down, still in 23 to go. Line to gain is the 20-yard line. Have to get to the red zone to convert. Under center, good play action there, but here comes pressure, rolling around, pointing his way downfield, and that is complete. Out to Rogers, slinging folks off, but going to be well short of the first down, and goodness, what a play on all aspects of that.
The great rollout, of course, right-handed player having a rollout onto his left side. So he's got to turn his shoulders, throw across his body, and he does that very accurately. And then Rogers the rest of the way, just with the stiff arm, the throwing him out of the way. Unfortunately, not enough for the first down, but a heck of a job right there by Rogers and O'Brien.
Chuck should have some fun with cutting up these highlights. The one that he did the last time of the cool play of the game down here. Yeah, you ought to have some fun with those in all your spare time.
Well, he was off of work yesterday, so our keys to the game were all very animated.
Well,
last night.
So the bar is stepped up. It's set pretty high on our keys to the game. I put mine together in the press box or our makeshift press box outside at Joe Yenny Stadium. Snap us back to Lair, and why not? Good block on O'Brien, but he fights off of it and going to be driven out of bounds.
Just when they think they got him in the backfield, he's so quick with that little explosive step and picks up positive yards when he's going to, you think he's going to get hit for a loss.
2nd down and 3 maybe for this Pineville team. The ball sits along the stripe that adorns the 35-yard line here. Must get to the 38-yard line. 2nd down and 3. Again, a good 6-man front line for this Pineville team. Actually, they drop in 7 now. So looking for some blocking out there for Lair, you got to believe. And it does. Takes it off to the left side. Now he cuts back in the middle, shifting, shaking, moving, and all the way down to the 45-yard line. Clock will stop to move the chains momentarily.
That's a good job right there of vision right there in the backfield. Cutting finding any type of seam that you have here and picking up positive yards and moving the chains. Man, I'll tell you what, by Wednesday, I could hear my voice already. Of course, after last night, you seem to go and again the throat starts going here, and then all day today,
Dude,
and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to be we're going to have the volume up. We're going to sound like Barry White by the end of the whole thing.
Well, luckily we had our press box passes set up to go down and cover LSU and Georgia Southern tonight, but have thought better of that, and we'll not make that trip. So, Chuck, 58 seconds is where they'll put on the game clock. Good job of keeping up with everything down on the field. First down and 10 for the Bulldogs of Pineville. The ball rests at the 45-yard line.
Well, this Red River, league is run, by a host of characters here, and they do a great job of getting everything run. You could tell this is a well-oiled machine here. This is not something fly-by-night type of deal. They do a great job and make sure that everybody is included. These young men get a lot of playing time, and they get the knowledge that they need.
Lair in that wing T shotgun. Calls for it. No, it looks to pass again, but now is just going to draw in. And again, he steps inside, continues to run. And I really believe he's looking those safeties off down the field. And that just boggles my mind.
I've never seen a running back that carries the ball high looking like he's fixing to throw it and then tucks it down. It's crazy how it works. The vision that he's having, it looks like he is looking downfield to try to find someone wide open. But so far, he has not even attempted to throw it. He's just carried it, and he's been very successful with that.
And the two times that we saw him throw the ball weren't bad. They were on target, just one a little long and one came shy of the intended receiver. 48 ticks of the clock remaining here. That's what the Big Tioga Indian scoreboard tells us. They see Pineville 13, Tioga 0. Here, just a yard to get for the first down. Line to gain the 45. False start, yeah. Ball on the ground. And
oh, my goodness.
A busted play, but coming around, Lair picks it up, gets the first down, and not sure how that wasn't whistled for a false start.
Yeah, I seen two people move here, and flag wasn't thrown there, so it kind of messed up the whole rhythm of the offense.
Well, and you saw the running back kind of step forward, take a step, and put his hands up like, uh-oh, and then just run off into the formation. Now, if he keeps going and goes out into motion, you're all right.
Yep. And so it was enough for the first down, so they do move the chains for Pineville, so it's going to be a first down. Ball spotted at the 41-yard line.
Clock is running first down and 10 from the 41. Kind of a spread T formation out of the shotgun. Snap is back. Lair's going to go right up the middle looking for a seam. Bangs around. Not going to get much out of that, but a timeout is taken by Pineville again, and they've got maybe time for a couple of more plays. You want to work something down by the end zone, but when you're relying on that pass, if you've got a little misdirection, trickeration in your bag, here's an opportunity to pull that out and use it. Tioga's defense is pursuing pretty well in this one, Billy.
Absolutely. And, again, 13-0 lead right now with Pineville, trying to tack on a couple more here. It has been all Lair, every time that Pineville has needed them to make a big play, he's been able to step up and do that. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him go ahead. There it is now to the outside. And if he can just beat that outside contain, there's a little help on the front by Rogers. And Rogers has been very, very – you could tell this Tioga team, they have O'Brien at the bottom near side, and Rogers is going to be the safety valve on the top there to make sure that they can keep Lair inside that 15, 20-yard gain.
It's almost like they have a spy on either side. Says, look,
yes.
You don't worry about anything except Lair coming to your side. And you're right, Rogers to the far side, O'Brien to the near side. 3 and 2, got to get it off, and they do. Lair back to pass. He's going over the top, knocked away.
That time he actually did the throw. He threw it that time, but he took off running to the left side and pulled it up, and that was going to be a throw the whole way. So that's it for the first half. 13-0. Pineville has taken the lead on Tioga.
7-minute half. We're going to hear from some of the folks that helped make this possible for us to be out here. Don't go anywhere. Second half action here in the midget division of the Super Bowl for the Red River Youth Football League on 446 is coming right up.
This month, as we gather with the ones we love, let's take a moment to give thanks for the blessings in our lives. When it comes to protecting what matters most, trust those who care about your family as much as you do. I'm Jason Hawk, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm here to help you protect what you hold dear. Whether auto, home, or life, have peace of mind knowing that your family is covered today, tomorrow, and for years to come. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect what matters most.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
The fine folks at BK Distributors want to thank all the educators for weathering the storms, so to speak, through 2020 and beyond. Thank you for your dedication to our children. The end of the school year awards are now available. Any type of award, trophies, banners, plaques, they do it all at BK Distributors. So with school almost out, that means summer leagues are in full swing. New items, same great prices, and fast turnaround. BK Distributors, Highway 20 in East Pineville behind Arby's.
Looking for somewhere different for lunch? La Bistro Coffee and Waffle Bar is a gourmet espresso bar and restaurant with an emphasis on Southern social experience, featuring a wide variety of salads, soups, sandwiches, and of course waffles. La Bistro has something for everyone and every lifestyle. Whether you are meeting friends, spending time with family, or hosting a private party, we offer a dining experience all will enjoy. La Bistro Coffee and Waffle Bar on Coliseum Boulevard.
There are some things in life you can fix, and some things are better left to the professionals. When your vehicle has transmission problems, what will you do? Go where you know.
Go where you know, Certified Transmission.
This month, as we gather with the ones we love, let's take a moment to give thanks for the blessings in our lives. When it comes to protecting what matters most, trust those who care about your family as much as you do. I'm Jason Hawk, your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm here to help you protect what you hold dear. Whether auto, home, or life, have peace of mind knowing that your family is covered.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by two walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Harrell, Certified Residential Appraiser. I am currently a leading provider of appraisal services for mortgage lending, employee relocation, estate planning, and community property settlements. My experience in real estate over the past 13 years and currently serving as president of the Greater Central Louisiana Realtors Association has given me a clear understanding of the real estate world and the ever-changing market we live in today. For any of your valuation needs, give me, Kimberly Harrell, a call.
It all started with a sketch on a napkin. An idea created by 2 walk-on bench warmers. And after 10 years of hard work and perseverance to turn their dream into a reality, it's the #1 sports bar in America.
Welcome to Walk On.
Walk-ons, because everyone needs a little playing time.
Back to live action we go. Doug Gann alongside of Billy French. 446 Sports bringing you Red River Youth League Super Bowl action. You don't get to do that.
Don't you touch
Chuck,
my...
does he push the buttons for you? Does he push
I've
your
never
buttons?
had to. I've never been muted before by Chuck, unlike you.
Haven't trained him well. That's the problem.
No, he just likes me a lot more than he likes you, buddy.
So be it.
No, it's going to be it. Look, here we go, getting ready for this big matchup. Tioga will get the ball here to start the second half here, trailing 13-0 here. Pineville, it has been all there all the time, and what a great young man that can run the ball, with so much speed and some power with that big stiff arm that he has going. So Pineville with the 13-0 lead here, but Tioga looking to make something happen right here in the start of the third quarter.
First down and 10 for Tioga. The Indians in this one going left to right now that we have switched to halves in it. O'Brien at quarterback again. He's under center, drops the ball one more time and goes down, puts a knee on the turf, and that will end that play. And the center quarterback exchange has been about it, whether it's been under center or back in the shotgun, it's still been trouble.
That's been the biggest problem so far for this Tioga offense is just every time they get some momentum going, there's a big bad snap, and you're going to lose 8 yards or lose the ball and completely. And it seems like they're having to be stuck in 3rd and long because of the penalties or for the turnover.
Second down and 12 for Tioga. Inside handoff and a reverse. Now the ball is on the turf one more time. little bit of holding there on the side, and it's going to be called from the far side over there. But the young man did what he had to do. Guy was going to pick it up, and so he just grabs him and holds him.
Yeah, and it was a very, very delayed flag on that right there. We were waiting on it to call, but he never would. I think he was having trouble getting it out of the pocket.
That's one of those you sit back and the officials are going, "Is that really what I'm seeing?"
No way.
Oh yeah, surely he's not. Oh yeah, that's holding. And that pushes Tioga further and further behind the chains. Not what you wanted if you are a Tioga fan in this one to come out and start the third quarter of play.
And this has been just a battle of the fewest mistakes, and it's easily been Pineville with the fewest mistakes. Turnover-wise, Tioga, I believe, got with the turnover on downs, has 3, and Pineville only has 1 on the interception.
Yep, you look at time of possession and turnovers, and that battle is being won by Pineville. Rogers now is going to keep it himself and try to get to the corner. He's sprinting out and using all of that extra 10 yards of Whitsfield. We see him do that all the time, spinning around, going down, and a pickup of 5 after a run of 62 yards.
Every time he breaks a tackle, Mama stands up right here in the stands. I'm loving it, buddy. And you can see she's got Rogers on the back of her jersey. She just sat down now, but
I can't see that far.
When I tell
there
you,
she is.
Yeah, she gets so excited and pumped up here when her son's carrying the ball.
4th down and a long way to go. This is trouble for this Tioga team. They've got a long way to go on 4th down, and not getting in here is going to give Pineville the ball deep in Indian territory. 2 receivers go out to the far side. One of those is Rogers. O'Brien back in at quarterback. Now has a running back flank to his right. Snap is back. O'Brien spinning around and again throwing over there. Oh, and great play defensively because that was right in the hands. And look at that young man is going to give you the flex. Got to see what number he is because is that Lair that came up and made that?
I believe it was.
Why wouldn't it be?
Man, the ball was right in his hands too, and of course hit immediately as soon as the ball touched. I don't think he would have had enough for the first down anyways, but a heck of a job of just getting the ball out and trying to make something happen. That should be a turnover. Whoa, no, we got a flag on the play.
Yeah, but they're waving it off. And that will give – and this young man is off to the races, but the ball is, now he goes off to the sideline. Yeah, you can't beat fun at the old ballpark.
He gets some exercise in over here down at the 30-yard line.
Use it up now, my friend, because at my age you won't.
Makes you miss these days right here, buddy. I'm telling you. So it's going to be Pineville ball now.
And they've got that a little bit different stacked formation. They were stacked one on top of the other last time. Now they're three spread out to the right and one receiver to the near side, but they're set up to block for Lair. And just jumping over a tackler, and that was Rogers he jumped over, but Lair continues to excel.
Just a heck of a – I mean, he's got some great vision for a 7- and 8-year-old, man.
Yeah, we've got a player down there, and we'll keep the camera off of that young man. One thing we do at 446, we move and we'll tell you about it. We don't like to show when these young players are down or anyone out there, and they're moving folks out of the way. 5:43 remaining here in the third quarter of play. You start to see the Tioga team loosening up down in the end zone by the big clock. It'll be Tioga and Arthur F. Smith.
Yep.
In the minors. We've got minors and we've got majors to go, and that takes us all the way through, the 12-year-olds, Billy?
That's going to be the minors will be the 9 and 10-year-olds, and then the majors will be the 11 and 12-year-olds. And you'll start seeing more passing, start seeing more plays down the field as these young men get a little bit older. And it's going to be exciting. I'm excited about this next game because you're going to see that Arthur F. Smith team to play. And you're going to see some hard hitting and some really, really good football here shortly.
Indeed it has, and they are all looking for that blue or red trophy that has been provided by BK Distributors. They are in Pineville, out on Highway 28 East, behind Arby's, if you're scoring at home.
Yes, look at the little shout-out right there, one of our big sponsors that's also sponsoring Red River football as well.
And you see their banners at all of the football stadiums and baseball fields all around town. They're everywhere.
So Tioga trying to make a stop here in Pineville, trying to add to their lead here on second down. And it's the way this defense is played for Pineville, they can score right here. It's going to almost put it out of the way.
Yeah, Lair to the near side. This is going to be all on him. Now he just gets to the far side, cuts back inside, makes a nifty move, and going to be tripped up at the 4-yard line. We'll see if they mark him at the 3, and they do.
What just a absolutely touchdown-saving tackle by Collier Henry right there. Just shoelaces and knocked him down here, or that's another touchdown for Pineville.
It was a little bit of fatigue that got into Lair there as well because it didn't take a lot to get him down. But if you are Tioga, you've got to find a way to keep Pineville out of the end zone. Keep it a 2-score game.
Yeah, you got to try to force a turnover right here and try to – I mean, I don't know how you do it other than just, you got to start poking at, trying to knock the ball out while they're carrying the ball because if they get a 3-score lead right here, it's going to be very, very tough. Tioga, they don't seem to be the type that can score on a long play. You know what I mean? They got to kind of move the ball a little bit.
Lair with a little spin around, but good work up the middle. That is 18. Is that who that
Lonadier. Easton Lonadier with a huge hit.
And that's the kind of thing you need as we roll under 4:46 to go here in the third. You want some play to lead to the next play.
Absolutely, and it's just been that right there. That's been the best tackle I've seen today from Tioga on that young man, number 21. I'm telling you that he's been able to just break every tackle with stiff arms. That time he kind of got ran over himself.
Snap is back. Lair's got it. Direct snap. Trying to get to the corner. Another stiff arm.
Good job.
But fighting through that. See who that was.
Yeah, trying to get a number there.
22, it looks like, maybe. Is there a 22?
23 is
23
Caden
Page that's on that one. And this is the beginning of that stop that you needed. You had to get some sort of a stop right here. If you can keep them out of the end zone, then, boy, what a big win, and you keep this within reach. You go to 3 scores, Billy, and I agree. It's probably in the books.
Yep, and especially the way that they can eat the clock with the running game, this Pineville team here.
Yep, no onside kicks to get the ball back, none of that.
And Tioga's defense, the ball was spotted, I believe, at the 2 or 3 yard line at one point here. Now knocked them back all the way to the 9 yard line here. So this is a good chance this Tioga defense can come through.
And if you'll remember that play that was made that stopped Lair from getting into the end zone, that even set any of this up. Lair's going to have there's a false start, but they don't call it. Lair brought down again, and that is 4th down, and not sure why the motion wasn't called on there, but
I guess they give them a little leeway right here in the minors, in the midget, should I say, the midget deal. I imagine the play calling, the flags will be thrown a little bit more often for something like that in the older groups.
Well, Tioga one play away, one stop away from really giving themselves some life in this one. They'll have a long way to go on their next drive, potentially, but keeping it under two scores is great, potentially. That's like police.
That was another movement right there on the left
Lair's
tackle.
got it to the near side. Lair's going to get strung out, but get into the end zone, and Lair finds his way there for his 3rd touchdown of the game.
Here we go. So onside kick, it's 4th and 15 from the 30-yard line. So they do have the option to do that onside kick.
How about that?
Yeah, so there is, and I love that Red River does this. They try to make all the aspects from all the different leagues, from real football, and make it manageable for these young kids here that are learning the game and still try to keep everybody intact and keep the game and the traditions, still intact.
What I love the most is that they listen to me not knowing what I'm talking about and write it down and send us a note. That's primarily what my appreciation is for the folks here at Red River.
That and the fact that they fed you already once today and you're going to get fed again.
Yeah, Lair trying to add, spins around, gets in. PAT is good.
Extended the ball over the plane right there as Lair here and gets a touchdown, and a heck of a job right there by Pineville to already tack on even more into that here with 2 minutes and 25 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, what a great job by the Bulldogs of Pineville to get that going. And 2:25 remaining here in the 3rd, and that's such a dagger for Pineville to put in there.
Yep, and that's exactly what you want to do when you're a run-oriented offense that eats up a lot of clock, and you got a carrier like that young man, and then just kind of feed him and let him take down the clock and just eat it up, and you take away any chance that this Tioga team has of scoring. Tioga now is going to have to score twice. You score, then shut down Pineville to score again, and you can't have one of those long methodical drives here because you're going to eat up too much clock.
Yeah, and so Coach Racine's going to have to really dial into his playbook to get something going. He's got 2 receivers staggered on the far side, a close formation. Snap is back. O'Brien being pressured, winds up, throws this one into double coverage. But a great jump and a try for it. Rogers was the intended receiver on it, but like to see, and don't know that they have it, perhaps some sort of a little slip screen, or if they're just trying to go down the field. But if you can let that pressure, that Pineville defense come in and drop something in there, then you can run for days. Don't know that they worked on that.
Right. I was going to say the exact same thing. If you had some type of play to where everybody bit down on and come down, and then you can get a little block, just one block on the outside, you could probably break one. But again, if you do break it, 21 is going to come chase you down anyways. So.
Clouds starting to darken up just a little bit. I don't think really rain is in there as much as this is just making its way through. Back to passes, O'Brien. O'Brien zips the slant, but incomplete. Didn't get it up enough and had too much downward motion on it.
Too much mustard on that baby.
No. 2:13 remaining in the 3rd. First game lasted about an hour. This one is rolling through that.
Thank you, Chuck.
First one had a rolling clock. And leave it to Chuck to
the dad-isms, the Chuck-isms. It's we all
father of the
dad
Chuck-isms,
jokes, but he is a god among men.
Doesn't
here.
he teach that at Tioga High School?
That's part of his
right?
the drones. It's drones and dad jokes the whole time.
Snap throw over there, in and out of the hands of Rogers.
That could have been something right there. They had safety help coming down right there, but the way Rogers has been able to move all day, left to right, that could have broke one right there. But I would definitely try to save that play for a little bit later on as well, because that could work for this Tioga offense.
You've got to find a way to counteract the pressure that is being put on by this Pineville defense. If you're Pineville, 3-score leads, you just stay in your zone. You keep pressure on there, keep contained, but just don't let anybody get over the top of you.
Yeah, and again, with this young of age, you're not going to have anybody that should do that, being able to throw the ball 25, 30 yards.
Correct. Snap is back. That is going to be Rogers taking the direct snap, I believe. Yeah, it is. But just to the 35-yard line, and Pineville's going to take over again deep in plus territory with 2:01 to go.
Yep, and it's a very good job right there by the Pineville defense of, bending but not breaking. You can give them 3, 4, 5 yards here, but just don't give up nothing big here and let them move the sticks. So turnover on downs yet again by Tioga, and Pineville looks to really put this away right here on this drive.
Yeah, and this is a continuation, Billy, you said, of the last time these two played.
Yep. It's just, again, first game of the year that they played, Tioga wins, but something has clicked with this Pineville team. And last time they played, they won big here, and they look to just tack it in again. And I'm telling you, when you've got a running game with Lair like that, and again, he's doing a lot on his own, but he's getting some help from good
big number
blocks.
50, William Duncan, has been solid.
Yeah, big blocks for Lair, and it's been fun to watch this young man vision down the field and seems 10 yards ahead.
Snap is back. That is Duncan. He hands off this time to Lair and just bangs through.
Yeah, good power run that time. We hadn't seen a whole lot of power needed by Lair. It's been more of a sweep to the outside, then cut and stiff arm. But that was just a straight up the gut. Let me run somebody over and make you stop me.
Well, that kind of run does a couple of things for you. One, it's a safe run. Two, it keeps the clock running. It keeps it less room for error. And you got Lair has ran across the field, 2 or 3 times today. Give him some runs up the middle. Let him see if he could bust one there. But above all, just stay contained and chew some clock and get on to a Super Bowl victory.
Absolutely. And Pineville well on their way right here. Of course, first game today was just so happened to be Tioga-Pineville as well. And Tioga got the W here. It looks like Pineville's going to even the series here in the second ball game. And then we get to see Tioga and Arthur F. Smith here in this next game in the minors division.
That's right. Before we finish things off at 3 o'clock start with the majors division. So still not quite halfway there. Lair going back to pass now. We saw that coming along, and it's complete down the far side of the 10-yard line.
What a play
that is
right
Duncan.
there.
Yeah, he throws it 20 yards in the air, and that's great.
A great throw right there. Great catch. It almost was bobbled, but a heck of a job by Duncan, who's got pretty good hand-eye coordination right there, and hauls in the catch here, and that's going to move the chains for Pineville.
Indeed it is, inside the red zone. First and goal from the 10-yard line. 38 seconds and counting here, remaining in the third. Still have 1 quarter of action, but, if Pineville puts this one into the end zone, just about start pulling those trophies out.
Absolutely. It's this will be a huge dagger if it's not already enough, but this will really put it out of well. There's going to be a flag. Yeah, so that's going to be, I believe that should be a fault.
Timeout was taken prior to the penalty. Timeout was taken there, so again, if this is the first time that you found us, we certainly appreciate you checking out what's going on. We do this all throughout the year. Go on to 446sports.com. You can see everything that we do. Check out our YouTube page. That's where you can find everything archived that we have. We've got some 700 videos, I guess, that are uploaded on there now. Chuck, is that about right? 700 and some odd. Started the season with about 800 followers from top 1,600 today. And subscribers, it's all because of you guys.
Yes, I appreciate that. And there's Lair again with flags immediately down here. We do a lot of different things. Of course, we have football season. We have 5 teams that we cover this year. for football, but then we mix it up. We got girls basketball kicking off here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll do some softball, possibly some baseball. I know we've done Grace Christian in the past with the boys side as well. And, man, we love our Central Louisiana sports. Look, if we had volleyball, we do volleyball as well. That's some stuff that y'all done in the past as well.
Indeed, we did a lot of ASL championships coming back here, and these schools are making, Rapides Parish is making a deeper run into volleyball, archery, that sort of thing, and we'll be there later looking for another one. Banks around, just shifty as a runner, as you'll find, and steps out of a tackle of O'Brien, but finally is brought down there, and that's going to do it for the third quarter of play. A penalty flag, a little extracurricular going on there at the end of it.
Flags are coming out hot now, buddy. They've been holding on to them for a little bit in that beginning of that third quarter, but here as they finish here, a lot more flags. Let's see what the call is going to be here. From Mr. White Hat, that's good. Oh, that's going to be against Pineville. So that's
that looks like some unsportsmanlike conduct as late as it came in, and that flag going straight up.
Yeah, that's unfortunate right there for Pineville, who was at the 2-yard line before that penalty was thrown. So I guess we're going to kick off the fourth quarter here with the ball spotted at the 17-yard line.
They should have the one on time down.
Again, with Red River, I don't know if they just go tie it in straight to the fourth quarter or not, but we'll find out 1 second.
Yeah, but they've got to give them some sort of a break, I would believe. And not. So they're in the no huddle when it comes to between quarters here. NASCAR offense.
I like it.
That's right.
So we got another game to get to. We got to make sure that we get this one rolling here as Pineville will start the fourth quarter here with the ball at the 16-yard line, but it's fourth down. So a big play right here from Pineville.
Quickly rolling into the fourth quarter. Lair's going to take it on the solo direct snap. Oh, again, there's that little jump cut that he makes, and that may be one of the best runs that we've seen all day long from that young man.
All Lair the entire time right there. Just a great job of breaking out to the outside and a beautiful cut back in there and a huge touchdown.
2 or 3 ankles out on the ground out there from the cut. I mean, again, you don't want to compare him to any sort of a NFL player or what have you, but Barry Sanders could cut like that. They call that jump cut.
Yeah.
He'd be going one way and wouldn't shift, but would just jump and change direction. And Kyron Lair does a great job of doing that.
So 26 now to nothing. Pineville on top with the extra point pending right here. They're going to go for it. And yeah, it'd be a whole bunch of cannons going off here if this was the at Pineville. But looking to put this thing away here early on in the fourth quarter, and that's going to be a direct snap to Duncan. And he's straight into the end zone for the extra point. And a Pineville is just tacking it on right here now, 27-0 here in the fourth quarter.
Indeed they are. That Duncan getting involved in it, but I'm telling you, it's been Kyron Lair to the left, Kyron Lair to the right. And goodness gracious.
I apologize. That was my fault. That was Rome Price with the carry right there for Pineville. But, yes, it's been the Lair show, and rightfully so. That young man, I imagine he's the MVP of this league, and just seems to have a beautiful, just a calm about him as far as when he's running the ball. And just when he needs to be powerful, he can. But when he needs some finesse and needs some vision, he's got it.
It's difficult with these names on the front and no jersey numbers on the front of it. But Kyron Lair is the only player out there with a black helmet on, too.
Yep.
And so easy to spot. He's back in that safety spot right now, but he'll come up some 15 yards off the ball, but he'll run up and be involved in the tackle, you can believe. But he thinks O'Brien going deep.
Yep, he's covering everything over the top here.
Handoff, though, does go to the first man through. That is Caden Page.
Tioga trying to force something happen here, trying to keep the running game going here, but you're going to have to score fast and in a hurry if you want to get back into this ball game. But
I just don't know that these teams, Billy, are made to come back like that if you don't have a quick hitting runner like a Lair or like we saw Daston earlier in the first game. somebody that can break away, and I just don't see that Tioga has that on their squad.
Absolutely. The speed they just don't have. You know, they got a good quarterback, and O'Brien's good, but he's running for his life right now. But, you know, when you got 21 just standing there waiting, and he'll run out of bounds, at least stop the clock. But, yeah, the breakaway speed is definitely not there.
Right, and it's good coverage by this Pineville team as they're dropping back knowing that Tioga's not going to be able to run the ball, and so that makes these plays develop a little longer. And unfortunately, the front line pressure, unfortunately for Tioga, great work by Pineville, that front line pressure gets through and causes some havoc on O'Brien.
Absolutely, and it's been fun watching this Pineville team really methodically just kind of take control of this game little by little. Don't make very many mistakes. The one turnover they did make, it was just a little ball underthrown here, and Tioga intercepts it. But besides that play, this Pineville team has really dominated this whole game.
There goes Rogers. Rogers with an opportunity, but he's being chased down by Lair. Lair hanging around and grabbing him.
Anytime you do make a big play, and that's a heck of a play by Rogers right there. Great job. You're going to get caught at some point, though, by Lair, and that's the difference with Pineville and Tioga. When Lair breaks one, you're not catching him.
No, that's right, but he's on the other side of it chasing folks down.
Right.
And easily going to pick up a little extra hardware today on this one as I think he's just about a lock for an MVP for us on this one.
Absolutely, yeah, he's definitely my vote for player for that Pineville team, and you know, we'll look and talk about see who we can get for that Tioga team as well.
Still 6.5 to go here in the fourth, 27-0. Back to pass is O'Brien. Spins this one, and it is in and out of the hands. That was intended for Easton Lonadier.
Yeah, Lonadier had a real big hit earlier in the ball game here on Lair.
And not many people have really been able to bring Lair down and say that, hey, we got a good hard tackle on him.
Beautiful day for Super Bowls here in Central Louisiana here at the Red River Football Super Bowl Championships here. And I'm telling you, you can't ask for a better, no rain, nice little cool breeze. You can wear shorts if you need to.
And it's Thanksgiving week. O'Brien being chased and going to be dropped down. Ball is out, but
we got some flag there here at the 50-yard line.
They keep the ball with Tioga, so no turnover, saying that he was down.
Yeah. Well, even if it was, I think Tioga recovered the fumble, I believe, is what they were saying initially, but I'm not sure on what the flag is.
We'll see it as soon as you do here. Holding towards the tail end of the play, too, and that's just desperation as the pressure got through and was heading into O'Brien.
Yeah, and they're going to decline that penalty. They're going to take the fumble, and so it'll be third down. Very long for Tioga.
From the 42-yard line go the Indians. Toss comes back. It's bobbled around. Rogers trying to get to the near side, makes a move inside of Duncan, but that gives the rest of those Pineville guys an opportunity to get in there and tackle.
Duncan, great job right there. That young man is you know, if you didn't have Lair on a team, Duncan would sure
be absolutely.
Player. Yeah, Duncan's having a great afternoon as well here. Great tackle, slowing down the runner and letting some help come in and make the tackle.
5.5 to go in the fourth quarter of this one. Game 2 just about in the books. All but running off that 5.5 minutes has been decided in this one. Pineville is going to go on to win their Super Bowl championship in this one in the Midgets division. That is for the 7 and 8-year-olds.
Yep, and then we're going to have at 1 o'clock, the Miners are going to take over. Tioga and Arthur F. Smith. Tioga will be the visitor. Arthur Smith will be the home team here, 9 and 10-year-old Miners. And then we'll finish everything off today here at the 11 and 12-year-old Majors, Tioga versus Pineville.
Looking forward to those two games. O'Brien with a little play action going down the seam. Got a man wide open to the 40, now 30, off to the 20. That's Rogers, 10 inside the 5. Touchdown, Kyron Rogers. Touchdown, Tioga.
What a beautiful throw and catch right there. O'Brien to Rogers, and that was on the money. And
that's what we had been looking for all day from them. Finally, they're able to connect on that one, and that's a big-time pass and catch.
That was a beautiful play, and that's pretty impressive for 7- and 8-year-olds.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, that ball was on a rope, man.
But we've seen that type of work from O'Brien so far since he set his feet. Just finally was able to get one in there. But, I mean, it's 30 yards in the air that ball was thrown.
That was beautiful right there, and that's a future quarterback here in Central Louisiana, depending on where he wants to go. And, I mean, you could tell size-wise, if he keeps growing like he's growing here on 7- and 8-year-old, that's the size and prototype quarterback that you're looking for in a varsity football.
Indeed, it is. 4:46 to go here in this one. 27-6. Tioga set to go for 2, but still we're 4 scores down.
4 score and
2 more points. A little inside handoff reverse, and that's going to get into the end zone. That'll be the 2-point conversion, and it is now 27-8.
And the Tioga fans here cheering on their Tioga Indians here and finally getting on the board here late in the fourth quarter.
So they do have Billy, they do have an onside kick. We talked about it, and you've got to employ that here. It is, you get a one shot at 15 yards from the 30-yard line. You get a 4th and 15.
Yep. And definitely at this point, I imagine they're gonna try to get that going here and try to get the ball back as soon as they possibly can here. That was just a heck of a drive right there by that Tioga team. Beautiful pass from O'Brien to Rogers, and it's been absolutely needed here this afternoon here. And beautiful at the reservation here at Tioga High School. What a day for Red River football Super Bowls. 4 games today. First 2 almost completed here, and then we got 2 more to go here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Nice and a good little breeze blowing here. This is kind of football weather you'd like to have here. As Tioga is going to do what Tioga does here. And let's see here. They're going to take it from that 30-yard line. It's going to be 4th down. They got 1 try to get 15 yards. If Tioga can do that, they will take over the ball again. And let's see what it's going to go right here. O'Brien under center here. 1 receiver at the top. They're going to do a double reverse here, and that's going to give it to Rogers. They're going to try to follow that lead block. Rogers still on his feet and push out of bounds, but there is a flag. The onside kick is no good, but let's see what the flag is here. It's going to be against Tioga, and if you're Pineville, you're just going to decline that and keep rolling on that. Pineville on top, 27-8 over the Tioga team here in the midget division here at Red River Football Super Bowl Championships here, as we'll see what Pineville is going to try to be get the W here. We can just run the ball and run the clock out here. It's been the Lair show here for this Pineville team, and, man, it's been a beautiful afternoon here. Just watching this young man play the game of football, you can tell he loves it. He's got such great speed and elusiveness here, and it should be a fun finish for them here. They well-deserved Super Bowl champions here for the Pineville team. Again, the Midgets game going on right now. We had the flags earlier where Tioga defeated Pineville. This one here, it looks like Pineville is going to flip the script and get the W over Tioga. And then tomorrow, this game after this, we'll be playing Tioga and Arthur Smith here. It will be the next game up at 1 o'clock here as Pineville gets set here to try to run down this clock here and try to finish this Super Bowl victory. Lair is in that quarterback position here, running back on each side here. Going to be direct snap to Lair. Lair cuts to the left side, breaking tackles, back up the middle. Stiff arms 1, goes down all the way to the 20, to the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Pineville, touchdown Lair. And that pretty much just seals the deal for that young man. And, boy, has he had a great afternoon here for the Pineville team, trying to make sure he is going to be wanting that player of the game there for Pineville. So, didn't take off a whole lot of time off the clock, but it is going to keep running right here and get things going here as they're going to go for the 1-point conversion and try to tack on to their big lead here with 3 minutes, 25 seconds left here in the ball game. It has been the Pineville show on this ball game here. Pineville has led from start to finish, and they're going to try to put it away right here with the ball spotted at the 3-yard line. Same formation as the touchdown run here. So then they're going to swap now. They're going to swap number 50. He's going to go into that quarterback spot. That is Duncan, who's had a great day as well for the Pineville team, especially on defense. Duncan's done a great job. It's going to be a direct snap to Duncan. Duncan's going to step back. Duncan's going to look to throw and knocked away and incomplete. No good on the conversion there. So a big stop by Tioga, as you see some pushing and shoving by both of these teams here. And that means Tioga will take over now here, trailing 33-8 here with 2 minutes and 29 seconds left here in the ball game as the clock continues to run. Great job, great effort by both of these teams here, Tioga and Pineville, but they've really just had no way of stopping Lair running the ball here. And so Tioga will finish out the ball game here on offense, trying to make something happen right before the end of the game. 2 minutes and 6 seconds left here in the ball game. 33-8 Pineville on top of Tioga. Thank you, everybody, for watching at home here. We appreciate all that you do here. Make sure you hit subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. And if you hit that little bell button, it'll notify you every time we have some type of broadcast, a game, a show, anything that we do. And of course, that way you'll be notified on Facebook or YouTube. Here we go. O'Brien under center. He's going to hand off. There's that double reverse again to Rogers that scored on the last time. Rogers is going to cut back here and going to get finally tackled by Lair. Good job right there by number 21. Lair with the tackle with 1 minute 22 seconds left here in the ball game. And that was the same play that picked up a chunk yardage earlier from Rogers. And so Tioga is going to try to this. You might be able to get maybe 2 more plays left here in the ball game if Tioga doesn't score here. As I love to see the Pineville coaches still coaching out there, still teaching, even in the Super Bowl, trying to get these young men, all kind of as much as they can here. So Tioga, O'Brien now in the shotgun. High snap. He bobbles, but he catches. He's going to go ahead and run himself here as he tucks the run, cuts back, drops his shoulder. Duncan with the tackle, and that's a big tackle from the Pineville side. And just a high snap yet again right there, and it's just kind of makes that Tioga offense a little uncomfortable here and puts everything a little bit behind. So that's going to bring up now first down. He did get enough for the first down with 40 seconds left here in the ball game. Good chance that this could possibly be the last play of the ball game here. 33-8 Pineville on top of Tioga here in the Midgets Super Bowl championship game here. Looks like Pineville is going to win this ball game here, and well-deserved. Then they'll have the trophy presentation directly after this game here. As you can see, the Red River crew, there's a pass and a huge hit on Rogers right there by Lair. No good. And there's a late flag coming in from the far side. And let's see what the call is right here. I don't know what the call is on that one there. It could be very well a helmet to helmet, but I look like he dropped his shoulder on that. We'll get an official call by the white hat. Personal foul against the defense. So that's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and that will be enough for a first down as well here. So 35 seconds left here in the ball game. Tioga trying to add a few points to the score here, but Pineville has dominated this entire game here, 33-8. Pineville on top here over Tioga. O'Brien under center. And a good push right there by the Pineville, and that's going to be a holding. Yeah, that's going to be a holding, but it looked like he was offsides, but that's going to be holding on Tioga. You see 3 flags out there on that one. And that'll march Tioga back, I would imagine. But it could have been a penalty on Pineville of in the neutral zone or offsides. But no, they're going to say that was holding. So 28 seconds left here. Just dragging it on here. The inevitable defeat here. Pineville just had a heck of a game plan. You run your bell cow. You just keep throwing, keep putting that man with the ball in his hands, and he's done great, great things. That is Lair for Pineville, and that young man is a heck of a ball player. And Kyron Lair, and it's just been an absolute pleasure to call his ball game tonight. He's had 4 touchdowns and just keeps tacking on to it as well here. So O'Brien in the shot, under center. He's trying to avoid host, and he cannot do it. So a huge sack, and that should be enough to end the ball game here. So that's going to do it here for the Super Bowl champion Pineville team here. 33-8. Pineville defeats Tioga in the midget division here. Well-deserved championship, Super Bowl championship right there from Pineville. And I'll tell you what, man, there's been, we talked about it a little while ago. There's a no-brainer who the MVP for that Pineville team is. And Lair only knows how many yards he's had here, Doug. But he had 4 touchdowns, and he just seemed to absolutely have his way on the ground.
Well, you run across those players, Billy, that define a game, and he did that. You knew you had to look for him every time. They ran a little misdirection away from him sometimes, but still, it was Lair. I mean, it was always, you had to find where he was on the field at all times, and even if you knew, you still had to defend him and couldn't do it.
Absolutely. Yeah, you could say what you want, but you got to actually do it when you step on the field. And that young man right there, he could not be stopped today here, and he's well-deserved MVP of the Pineville side. As far as the Tioga side, I don't know if you agree with me or not, but, man, I just think, even especially that last touchdown catch, Tioga's only touchdown of the ball game was from O'Brien to Rogers. And Rogers, he just had to, he had some big, big runs today, just could not get on the board until the very end. But Kyron Rogers had a heck of a game, and I got him as the Tioga MVP.
Tremendous game for Kyron Rogers, and I think you talk about some of the things couldn't get on track until the end of it. It's credit that Pineville Bulldog defense as they played just that way like Bulldogs to get anything going. We're going to turn it over and let you watch the trophy ceremony of this one, and don't forget, coming up at the top of the hour, it's set to start right at 1 o'clock. They've got the countdown timer going on now, so we'll let you follow this. You'll have to stop this broadcast and check out the next link, but we'll see you back for Tioga and Arthur F. Smith in Miners action when we come back.